All right, Ali, let me tell you what drives me a little bit nuts. We have campaigns where candidates go around attacking each other, and the corporate media gets into political gossip. You know, we don't talk about what's happening to working families. We don't talk about sensible solutions, which, as you indicate, already exist in countries all over the world. In many ways, we are the outlier. I am talking to you right now from Burlington, Vermont. 50 miles north of us is a country called Canada. Somehow in Canada, spending 1/2 as much per capita on healthcare as we do, they manage to provide quality care to every man, woman, and child in this country. And meanwhile, their life expectancy is better than ours is. Their healthcare outcomes are better than ours is. So the question of providing healthcare to all people, not a radical idea, something that most Americans support. We did a poll, as you indicate, and we know that in America today, you got a whole lot of senior citizens who are struggling. In fact, half the seniors in America are trying to get by on $30,000 or less. Overwhelming 70% plus support for expanding Medicare to cover dental, hearing, and vision, including a strong majority of Republicans. Expanding Social Security benefits by $2,400 by lifting the cap, which now exists, so that the wealthy pay more into the Social Security Trust Fund, supported by 70% of the American people. Demanding the wealthy stop paying and large corporations stop paying their fair share of taxes, supported by over 70% of the American people. Raising the minimum wage to a living wage, widely supported. So on all of these issues that Trump calls far left, well, I don't know, maybe we're a far left country, I don't know. But these are common sense issues that working class families, but the insanity of not having enough doctors, not having enough nurses, not having enough dentists, not having enough pharmacists in the richest country in the history of the world, and having a system designed to make huge profits for the insurance companies and the drug companies, you know, that to me is pretty crazy stuff. So if Trump wants to attack Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they believe that healthcare is a human right, go for it, Donald Trump. Every time you open your mouth on that issue, you're going to lose more and more support in America. I think what Harris Walz have got to do is talk with pride about what, you know, President Biden has accomplished and the Vice President have accomplished. They're real important accomplishments. But second of all, I think we got to go back to 1936 and Franklin Delano Roosevelt and acknowledge the reality. Be honest about it. That in America today, we have more income and wealth inequality than we have ever had in the history of this country. You got 3 people on top owning more wealth than the bottom half of American society. Acknowledge the fact that we are the only major country not to have health care for all. Acknowledge the reality that we have a tax system skewed to benefit the very, very rich. Acknowledge the reality that we have in Washington, I'm almost ashamed to admit this, a $7.25 an hour federal minimum wage when we need a living wage. Acknowledge those realities and say, hey, when we get into office, and give us a Democratic Senate, give us a Democratic House, we are going to take on powerful corporate interests and pass legislation which benefits working families.